lots of talking today. Great stuff. But before we go into all the introductions and talk about that, I want you guys to do something for me, okay? So I want you all to whip out your phones. Hopefully, you've all downloaded the OR Society app. And if you haven't, it's the OR Careers Day. And I want you to fill out the poll, okay? So what course are you currently undertaking? So are you doing a BSc? Are you doing an MA? Are you doing a PhD? Are you doing something else? Or are you doing a data science, maybe apprentice or something like that? Okay. So quite a lot of you are BSc students, so undergrads. Quite a few other, a couple are doing MA. Awesome. Okay, cool. So this kind of helps me know where to kind of tailor it to you guys. So that's really useful. Cool. So I will make a start. My name's Sophie, and I'm from the OR Society, and I'm the Education Officer, and I have my wonderful colleague Hope here as well, and you will hear more from her later about pro bono and things like that. So, you've probably heard a bit today about what OR is, and hopefully you've heard a little bit about what OR is, and if you haven't, start asking questions. But what you might be wondering is, what is the OR Society? So you probably noticed there's quite a few of us walking around in bright red tops. So we are all from the OR Society. And the OR Society is a professional body and a company limited by guarantee. And it is run with the aims to advance knowledge and education in operational research. And it's run for members by members, okay? So we're made up of a board and we're governed by the board, and that's made up of people who are regional representatives who are OR members. So working in OR, studying OR, and part of OR. So we're not removed from it. The idea is the professional body is for you, run by you, to help you. So some of the things we do are publications, training, workshops, and they're all there for members to get involved with, to advance the knowledge and interest within OR. So, we're a professional body and a membership body. So as part of that, we offer membership. So lots of different things we offer in terms of membership, but some of the main key points we've highlighted here. So we have lots and lots of online facilities available for you guys. So if you sign up as a member, you're able to access the document repository, which has loads of past papers in, journals, articles, and lots of archived material to help you with either your studying or just general interest. We've also got publications. So as some of you might have seen, we've got a JAWS paper floating around, which is the Journal of Operational Research Science. So that's our main one. But as you can see, we've also got a couple of other publications. So we've got one based on health. So if you're working in the NHS as an operational researcher, that might be a really good journal. And there's a couple of others as well, depending on what field of study and what area you're in. We also run lots of training. So whether you are brand new to OR, and just starting, for example, in the government, or you have been in OR ages and you're looking just to take that next step, we run lots of training courses in-house. We run training both in London and in the Midlands at our headquarters, and we run that both for individuals, so training courses you can book onto as an individual, but also for companies. So if a company approaches us and said, we've got 12 new starters in OR, we'd love you to run a course for them, we can also do that. So different things there. We've also got accreditation, events, and the last two which I'm going to touch on. So, accreditation. It's always good to have letters after a name, right? So, a part of that, you can get that from an accreditation. So, if you are studying a degree which has a significant content of operational research, you can apply for a CANDORS. So that is a Candidate Associate of the Operational Research Society. So for example, if you are at Warwick studying more, so maths, operational research, statistics and economics, yep, cover you at the back waving your hands, excellent, you qualify. that's the good news. I know there's a couple of other similar courses. I think there's one at Cardiff, which is maths, stats and OR or something like that. Yep, a hand in the middle. So great, you qualify for that as well. So check your course. Obviously, I've just mentioned a couple there, but it may well be that you qualify for CANDORs. And what that is while you're a student, all the time you are a member of the OR Society, you can use those CANDORs letters, and that enables you, it opens up a whole new level of networking opportunities and abilities to get involved, and there's opportunities to go through the mentoring scheme and meet and network with people who are kind of the level above, so people who have been in their jobs maybe for 5-10 years, and also the far more experienced people, so fellows. And all of that opens up to you as part of being an OR Society member. We also have annual events. So you are all here today at the Careers Fair. So excellent, great news you've made it here. We also attend lots of other events, and we also run lots of other events throughout the year. So you can see we've got one coming up this month actually, which is the Blackett Lecture. So that's when we get a professional speaker in who's an expert in their field to talk about a specific topic. So it's happening in London in a week's time, and it's being given by a professor from Oxford University. So it should be an absolutely fantastic lecture. It's free to attend, so as an OR Society member, you can attend that free of charge, go along with drinks and refreshments, and find out a little bit more. The Beale Lecture in February is also free if you're a member, so that's something to keep an eye out for. And then we run other events such as a simulation workshop and the Analytics Summit as well. We also do our annual conference every year. So next year is our OR 60, so big deal, happening in September at Lancaster Uni. It's going to be a fantastic event. This year was great, and this year was 59. So really, really excited for next year. The planning's already well underway. So again, as a member, you've got the opportunity to come along to that, and you're invited to attend that and listen to speakers and experts, or if you're a PhD student, to give a talk about what you're doing and what you're studying. So then we also have our special interest groups and our regional societies. So depending on where you are in the country, rather than having to come to the Midlands and meet up centrally every time you want to discuss OR and meet with fellow OR people, you can actually do that in a region closer to home. So for example, we have the Swords Network, which is the South Wales, based at the University of South Wales, which is a very active group. So if you're based near Cardiff, that's a fantastic group to get involved with, and they've got speakers that give presentations and all sorts, and you can find out more that way. And again, that's all free of charge to get involved with. We also have our Northeastern OR group, which is again very active. So if you're based that way, that's something you can get involved in. And again, all these regional societies will run different events throughout the year. So it's not just the annual Careers Society Day here, and you can attend also lots more local event, which is great. We've also got special interest groups. So if you are particularly passionate about a particular topic, so whether that is criminal justice or simulation or health and social services, you can go along to a special interest group. And that's when you can sit down with other people who are working or studying in that field and are passionate about it, and you can discuss topics, methodologies, and learn more and explore topics through that. And these are all run for members by members. So it's not us dictating that you have to attend this group. It is people like you who are studying or working in OR who have said, I really think this is a good topic. I'd really like to get a group of us together to discuss this. We've also got a couple of new SIGs on the horizon. So information and cybersecurity, that's going to be a fab one. And again, that's because members have requested that. They've put their own network together. We're here to support you, but ultimately it's the members running it for themselves. So, enough about regional societies. Most of you are all students. So at this point, Students' Club is probably very relevant to you guys. So as a student club, you've probably seen lots and lots of them on campus and Freshers' Fair. There's almost always a society for everything. And if you guys don't have an OR Society club at your university, set one up. We've got lots and lots of support to enable you to do that. And then we've got funding to allow you to get speakers in, or to get transport to an event, or to get professionals in. So it enables you to network with people in OR, in local businesses, and also just gives you that opportunity to meet people you wouldn't otherwise meet and come across. And that's all about building the awareness of operational research and promoting it and giving more people options and helping people understand what a career in OR would look like. Careers are very diverse in OR especially. You can work in all different sectors and industries. So these clubs can be a fantastic insight to get first-hand experience from somebody, whether it's from Decision Lab or DSTL, they can give you their first-hand thoughts and views. As part of student membership, you also get access to our business source. Now this has loads and loads of magazines and journals and articles, and that are all available to download free of charge. So things like Forbes, Fortune, Business Week, and all of that is available. It's all done on an online portal, and when you sign up for membership, then you get all of this free of charge. So it's included, and then you can read them all, flick through them, look at the pictures, or do whatever you would like with them. So at this point, you're probably wondering how much it costs. The good news, it's free. So we are one of the only professional membership bodies to offer free student membership. So the IMA, the RSS, they all charge a fee for student members, whereas at the OR Society, we don't. So as a student member, you'll have access to all of this, as well as getting electronic copies of our impact magazines, which you should have hopefully all got in your bags today, as well as our monthly Inside OR magazine, which has news, articles, advice, things that's just kind of on and going on and happening, and that's a really great source of kind of information and knowledge. So, as part of that, there's obviously lots of benefits to being a student member. We've also got a couple of volunteering opportunities. So there's two in particular. The first one called OR in Schools, which I'm going to talk to you about. And the second, which is pro bono work, which I'm going to pass over to my colleague in a minute to talk about. So starting with OR in Schools, we are all about promoting operational research to young people and their teachers. Generally at schools, but also at colleges and sometimes universities, which you guys hopefully will be familiar with. The idea is to share your knowledge and pass that on while having the opportunity to network with people who are already in OR and working with them, so getting, again, that first-hand experience. The idea of it is we want to know and we want to make sure that every student knows what OR is. So the OR Society did a review about 10 years ago, and it highlighted that people didn't really know what operational research was. It's quite an important technique. Goes back all the way to the First World War. So something that we shouldn't forget, and actually we should be really actively encouraging people to learn about. And so that was one of our aims. We want to target every student. Quite ambitious, I'm sure you'll agree, but hopefully something that we can make a difference with. Now, you might be wondering how we do that. Very good question. We go out to schools, colleges, and universities. We attend careers fairs, we give career talks, and we run interactive workshops. So we have a bank of resources, and in particular, one of the main workshops we run is based on Lego. So who doesn't love playing with Lego, right? So it's your chance to be a kid again, as well as going into a school, and you can play with all these Legos and build tables and chairs and look at how much they're costing you, what's the maximum number of bricks you can make, can you make any more profit given that you've only got a number of resources and you've got some constraints. Some of you might have noticed this is a linear programming example right there. So the idea is we're introducing students to OR at a young age in a fun way to get them playing with Lego and things like that. We then also do careers fairs and talks And that's an opportunity for you guys to go to a college or to go into a school and say, when I was at college, I did maths A-level, and this is now where I am. Or when I was at school, I loved PE and maths, and now I'm looking at becoming an OR analyst in a sports company or whatever. So that's kind of your opportunity to get involved. We also provide you all the resources and all the support you can need. So we provide training, free training. So every couple of months we run training sessions up and down the country. So in the last couple of months this year, we've had one in Brighton, one in London, and one in South Wales. They've all gone really well, which is fab. But we're running even more in the north next year. So it's your opportunity to come along. It's 2 hours in the evening, and it's your chance to find out more about what OR in schools is and how you can get involved and how you can attend these events. We also cover all your travel expenses. So if you're based, for example, in Southampton and you're travelling to Brighton for an event, we will cover your train fare or your mileage or petrol or whatever it is. We don't want you guys to be out of pocket. We know as students that that's quite important, so we've got that for you. We've also got a volunteer handbook, which has lots of information about why you could volunteer, why you'd get involved, and what's in it for you. So the opportunity to shadow somebody who's more experienced in OR and is working for a company in OR is a great opportunity. I'm just going to pass on to my colleague Hope, who is going to talk about Bono stuff.
So, Pro Bono. Pro Bono is a scheme that we run where we place OR analysts in short-term projects with third sector organisations. It's mutually beneficial because the way we do this is by promoting OR and creating a wider network, whilst at the same time we promote the third sector and help them improve efficiency. It's a very large-scale project that we run, a scheme across the UK. We help charities, as long as you're in the UK and you have charitable aims, that is our criteria. So obviously we provide a lot of support for a lot of those that are eligible. To date this year, we have 30 projects which are currently running. We have closed off 35 projects, and we have managed to gain over £60,000 worth of billable hours from our volunteers. So we've got a lot of hands-on, and the reason that we choose charities to work with rather than any other business, corporate organisation, is because these are the guys that don't have the money. They don't have £60,000 to spend on consultancy, and they certainly are vulnerable to a lot of adaptations, which include politics and economics and everything else that goes with it. So that's why we like to get involved with them, and that's why we work with the third sector. If you wish to get involved, it is a very easy process for you guys. You just need to register your interest with me. I am Hope. That is my email address. I just need to hear from you to say, I'm interested, let's do this. At that point, you just sit back and let me do all the work. I will then go and speak with third sector organisations. What we'll do is draw up a project scope and analyse exactly how OR can help these charities, these organisations. Once we've done that and figured out what the approach is and how we're going to do that, I will then send a job scope to you guys to say, this is the project, this is what's involved, would you like to help? If the answer is yes, all I need is a simple application from you to say how you would tackle the problem and your CV, and that is it. That is it in its simplest form. From that point on, you get to agree the terms and conditions with how you would like to work with the organisation. I stand back, and you guys, the professionals, and you just get on with it. My favourite part about the pro bono scheme is that those applicants who are successful are chosen by the organisation. Who better to know how to fix a problem within the organisation than the charity themselves? So please don't feel like because you don't have 50 years worth of OR experience that you're not going to get chosen over somebody that does. The important thing, it's about you tailoring your approach to that charity. And that's why I encourage you to get involved. So not only do you get to practice your OR skills, we tackle all of these kinds of problems, and these are the types of projects which we've been running just this year. full disclosure, I don't have an OR background, so they don't mean a lot to me, but I know that every single one of you guys are kind of nodding and agreeing, so whatever takes your fancy, feel free to choose the application that you want. So not only do you get to apply your OR skills, we get to generate new ones as well. Whilst working with a charity, you are able to assess your project management skills. You can work on light touch consultancy skills. You can work on interpersonal communication skills. And all of these things are transferable skills, which all of your employers are looking for. So the majority in this room of you have said that you're currently undertaking a degree. The good news is, if you come and volunteer with us, you're already going to have practical hands-on management with real-world issues. And that's why we like to get you on board. As Sophia said, the organisation is run for you and it's run by you. So if you want to get involved and you're not yet quite confident, I can also provide you with a mentor, and that will help you get onto the project. So fear not. So that's all the info that we have for you. Does anyone have any questions? We've done such a good job that no one has a question. Go on.
How many times has a student, still an undergraduate, actually got it through to apply and done the job, done it pro bono and didn't mess everything up?
Even the professionals mess up sometimes. I tell you what, the success rate varies. Obviously, I'd have to get back to you on that one and say, however many students applied, however many actually got the position. Not every student applies for a project, for example. I can tell you, though, that I did have one applicant approach me to say, I'm ready, I think I'm ready, but I'm not quite sure. I've been a student for 4 years, and I've never done any real-world practice. After having that talk and saying that I can provide a mentor for her, the application came out, and she was chosen out of 8 applications, which is a lot, considering the people that applied have been practicing OR longer than I've been alive. So it says something. It's very doable, and we provide these resources to help you through it as well. Yeah.
You mentioned that the student membership is free. Like, is it still free upon graduation, or does it go up? Or like, what happens then if you still?
Isn't that the dream? Free membership for life? No, unfortunately not. If you are no longer a student, then we have concession fees for postgrads, and then once you get a job, we'll have full membership fees. Having said that, a lot of the time, employers within the OR community are happy to pay for your membership. So fear not. If you are a full member, it is a mere £78 a year. It's nothing. It's pocket change. I'll give it to you now.